Right, this is a self-help video for wheat intolerance. So I'm just going to read from the screen because my memory is rubbish. So I've written some notes, and rather than trying to rely on my brain, which doesn't work, I am just going to refer to some notes. So yeah, if you want to get some self-help advice for wheat tolerance, you are in the right place. I've had a wheat intolerance for 10 years. Just so you're aware, intolerances can't be tested. There's no test that actually works, or at least is believed by doctors. There are things online that you can search for. They'll tell you they're intolerance tests, but they're based on rubbish evidence. How do I know that? My girlfriend is a dietitian. I asked her the question. So you can test for allergies because that is an immune response, but you can't test for intolerances because actually the understanding the science behind it isn't that clear at the moment. So what are some of the self-help techniques that you can use to manage your wheat intolerance? This advice I'm going to give you is based on speaking to my girlfriend, who is a dietitian, reading lots of blogs from people who also have a wheat intolerance, putting this question out to Facebook groups that I'm a member of, and actually from my own experience, over 10 years you try lots of different things. So these things really help me. And in terms of symptoms, I get massive brain fog, sore eyes, itchy skin, just feel rubbish and exhausted for at least a week, sometimes longer, after I've eaten some wheat. So yeah, I've got 8 things that hopefully are helpful to you. Some of them supplements, some of them not. So the first one is glutamine, which is an amino acid. Your body produces it anyway, but it might not be producing enough, particularly if you've got an intolerance to wheat. So you do get it in food, but supplementing it can repair your digestive tract. It also helps to repair a leaky gut. So I take about 5 milligrams of glutamine every morning. I ordered it off Amazon, reviews look good. I mix it with a bit of squash. So it is quite a fine powder. It's not like protein powder that you need to mix quite well. It'll mix quite easily. So what I tend to do is boil some hot water, put a bit of squash into a glass or a mug, put the glutamine in, mix it together, and then drink that. And you can't really taste it, and that seems to do the job. So I take that for about 7 to 14 days after I've had wheat. And I do think that helps with everything else to improve symptoms. Active charcoal, so it removes toxins from food that you've eaten. So if you take that at the point at which you're eating something or drinking something that's got wheat in it, it can have an impact and take out those toxins before your body has to deal with them at the time. Obviously you want to try and avoid wheat when you can do, but you can't always do that. So when you're eating out, you don't always know what food has got wheat in it and what doesn't. So taking active charcoal can be helpful. Digestive enzymes. So I've just started taking these, and I take a full spectrum digestive enzyme with every meal. Well, lunch and dinner. I don't take it with breakfast because I don't think that's an issue. But I think taking digestive enzymes build on what your body is already doing. So enzymes break down food, take the nutrients out and give them to your body. Your body does that, produces enzymes naturally, but they might not be producing enough or the right enzymes to digest wheat if you consumed it. So helping your body out and eating some digestive enzymes along with each meal I found helpful. Managing stressors. So yeah, if you're like me, you get quite brain foggy, you're quite exhausted, so actually don't think you can do everything you were doing before. Give yourself a break. Just do, to be honest, the minimum for a few days. If you can cancel stuff, cancel it. If you don't want to go to something, pull out of it. Just give yourself a rest, because your body's trying to do a lot of work. Just, you know, if you're resting at home, that energy can be used to sort out your digestive problems rather than trying to finish a task at work or do something else. If you need to take a day off work, 2 days off work, do it. Sometimes it's hard to say that you've got a wheat intolerance. So you might say you've got food poisoning, or you've got migraine, or just use something else so you don't. There's no stigma around that. Sleep, make sure you get decent sleep. Obviously that's your body's natural ability to restore itself. So I sometimes, when I've eaten wheat by accident, I will sleep next door to my girlfriend in the spare room, which means that if she's snoring, that's not an issue. If she's moving about, that's not an issue. I put a weight behind the door to stop our cat getting in, because she quite often jumps on us at about 4:30 in the morning, and I cannot be dealing with that, particularly when my sleep's so much more important when you've consumed wheat, and that's not having an issue. Minimising dairy. So yeah, try not to have any dairy if you after you've consumed some wheat. So yeah, so because your cells within your intestine are probably damaged already temporarily, throwing dairy in there, which is obviously from cows, which is not meant for humans, is essentially a foreign body to your digestive system. So it takes more work to deal with that. So don't make things difficult for your digestive system and your body. Just don't consume dairy for a week. You'll be fine. If you do, probably symptoms probably will be made worse. Next one is exercise. So you don't need to be running about every day, but I think just going for a walk maybe every couple of days, and just doing some kind of gentle exercise is making your body work. Is all those bodily processes are just sped up, so that so any issues in your digestive system will hopefully be resolved quicker, because your body is just working better because you've had that exercise. And the last thing is journaling. So writing down your experiences, what works, what doesn't, how do you feel, what yeah, it's useful to write that down. So if there are things that you find that are working for you, things that you've tried that don't work for you, reasons, foods that you didn't realise had wheat in that you now have found out, write them down. I use a note-taking app called Evernote, and that's on my phone and my computer and lots of other things, and I find that really helpful just to note things down and reflect on them and learn from them, and particularly when I'm quite brain foggy, I forget stuff all the time, so writing things down and having a record of that is really helpful. So hopefully all of that is really helpful. Lots of self-help techniques to manage your wheat intolerance. If you've got any other suggestions, anything that helps you, then drop me a note in the comments, and I'd love to read them, and I think it'd be really helpful for other people to find out about them too. So I will catch up with you next time. Thanks very much.